Okay, so we're nearly complete with our class. We're starting chapter 20, our second to last chapter. This one covers a variety of topics: demography, population studies, urbanization, environment, and society. So we can take those in three sections to review. Demography, by the way, refers to the study of the various characteristics of populations: birth rate, death rate, morbidity, or what's called illness, how ill or healthy a population is. So the first section focuses on demography and population studies, including a focus on measurements like fertility and mortality. We'll look at demographic theories, including Malthusian theory, which basically says that over time, a population will get too large that will outstrip its resources and cause havoc, basically. We'll look at population growth and the demographic transition theory. Demographic transition theory gets discussed a lot in anthropology. Basically, what this refers to is moving from a pattern of very high birth rates and very high mortality rates, transitioning to a population pyramid, which is a way of diagramming the population, of the opposite: very low birth rates and low mortality rates. So we'll talk about demographic transition. We'll consider population trends and patterns, and we'll look at the differences between an internally displaced person, asylum seeker, and refugee. So getting into that issue of mobility and transformation that has been on a lot of our minds, I think, in the last 5 or so years. Section 2 is urbanization. First, we'll describe the process of urbanization in the U.S. and the issue of the growth of urban populations worldwide. We'll look at the functions of suburbs, exurbs, and concentric zones. Concentric zone hypothesis comes from the Chicago School of Sociology and basically refers to a series of circles that emanate outward from a city, and each of the circles has a different function: business center, housing, transportation, manufacturing, and theories were developed to suggest that within each of these sectors different things happen, and then within transition zones there could be things like crime and deviance developing over time. So classic theory in sociology. And then lastly, we'll discuss urbanization using various sociological perspectives. Section 3, the environment and society. I think this is going to be an issue that a lot of you are interested in. I certainly am. We'll first describe climate change and its importance. We'll look at carrying capacity, which I just mentioned. So how much resources are available in a given environment before it explodes or implodes on itself. We'll connect carrying capacity to environmental concerns. We'll apply challenges presented by population, garbage, e-waste, and toxic hazards. And we'll discuss the real-world instances of environmental racism. So a lot to consider this week. I think a lot of provocative topics here as we focus on Chapter 20 in our Introduction to Sociology text.